Jacob had been homeless for 2 years. He lived under a bridge, wrapped in a thin blanket, surviving on coins, leftovers, and faith. He once had a life, a job, a small apartment, and a fiancée. But one bad investment drained his savings, and a few months later, he was out on the street, alone. Everyone left, except his faith in God. Every morning, he prayed with one hand open to heaven, and the other stretched out for spare change. One cold December morning, Jacob counted his coins, just enough to buy a piece of bread. As he walked to the bakery, he passed a young woman holding a crying baby. She looked scared, hungry, and lost. "Sir, please. Do you have anything? My baby hasn't eaten in 2 days." Jacob froze. His stomach growled. His hands trembled. But without a word, he handed her his last coin. She cried and thanked him, disappearing into a nearby store. Jacob sighed and sat on the sidewalk. "Well, Lord, I guess it's just you and me again." Minutes later, a sleek black car pulled up. A man stepped out wearing a hospital badge. "Excuse me," he said, "was that your coin she just used?" Jacob nodded. "She used it to buy baby food from my wife's store. My wife noticed she didn't have enough, but said a homeless man gave her the rest. I had to meet you." The man introduced himself as Dr. Harrison. He crouched beside Jacob and asked, "Would you be willing to work?" Jacob's eyes widened. "Work? Doing what?" "We run a shelter. We could use someone with heart. Not many people give when they have nothing." The next day, Jacob was cleaning the shelter. A week later, he moved into a small room there. A month after that, he became the shelter's assistant manager. 2 years later, he helped over 300 people transition from the street to new lives. He never stopped giving, even when he had little. Because he remembered what changed his life wasn't a miracle from heaven. It was a moment of compassion here on earth. Life lesson: sometimes, your greatest breakthrough comes after your greatest act of sacrifice. When you give from nothing, heaven responds with everything.